The Queen Mary is a retired ocean liner that sailed primarily in the North Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967 for the Cunard Line, known as Cunard White Star when the vessel entered service. History. Built by John Brown and Company in Clydebank, Scotland, Queen Mary along with her running mate, the RMS Queen Elizabeth, were built as part of Cunard's plan to ship weekly express service between Southampton, Cherbourg, and New York City. The two ships were a British response to the superliners built by German and French companies in the late 1920s and early 1930s. Queen Mary was the flagship of the Cunard Line from May 1936 until October 1946 when she was replaced by Queen Elizabeth. The vessel also held the Blue Ribbon from 1936 to 1937 and then from 1938 to 1952 when she was beaten by the new SS United States. Queen Mary sailed on her maiden voyage on 27 May 1936 and captured the Blue Riband in August of that year. She lost the title to the SS Normandy in 1937 and recaptured it in 1938. With the outbreak of World War II, she was converted into a troopship and ferried Allied soldiers for the duration of the war. Following the war, Queen Mary was refitted for passenger service and along with Queen Elizabeth commenced the two-ship transatlantic passenger service that the two ships were initially built for. The two ships dominated the transatlantic passenger transportation market until the dawn of the jet age in the late 1950s. By the mid-1960s the ship was aging and though still among the most popular transatlantic liners was operating at a loss. After several years of decreased profits for Cunard Line, Queen Mary was officially retired from service in 1967. The ship left Southampton for the last time on 31 October 1967 and sailed to the port of Long Beach, California, United States, where she remains permanently moored. Much of the machinery, including 2 of the 4 engines, 3 of the 4 propellers, and all of the boilers were removed, and the ship now serves as a tourist attraction featuring restaurants, a museum, and hotel. The ship is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Paranormal activity. Ghosts were reported on board after the ship was permanently docked in California. Many areas are rumored to be haunted. Reports of hearing children crying in the nursery room, used as the third-class playroom, and a mysterious splash noise in the drained first-class swimming pool are cited. In 1966, 18-year-old engineer John Pedder was crushed by a watertight door in the engine room during a fire drill, and his ghost is said to haunt the ship. One of the most haunted spots of the ship is cabin B340, which is no longer let out due to the extreme paranormal activity, believed to be the result of the murder of an 8-year-old girl. There is also said to be the spirit of a young girl named Jackie Corrin who drowned in the second-class pool and continues to haunt the first-class pool room on board the ship. A young woman by the name of Sarah was said to have been murdered in the first-class women's change rooms by an unknown man and haunts the first-class pool with Jackie. Some visitors say they have seen women wearing early 1930s bathing suits in the pool areas. It is also said that men screaming and the sound of metal crushing against metal can be heard below decks at the extreme front end of the bow. Those who have heard this believe it to be the screams of the sailors aboard HMS Curaçao, D41. At the moment the light cruiser was split in half by the liner.